Welcome everyone to this video. Let's see what is some advice to climb the corporate ladder quickly in this world. This video is brought to you by Question Response, the channel where you will find the answer to everything. Thanks to Anonymous, Ben Wright and Asim Qureshi for answering this question. We'll start with Anonymous's first answer.
I'm a senior VP at a very successful global BPO company. I'm posted in India, and as usual, our talent acquisition team needed new hires in international voice process, basically call center. Their pay is shit, but it was enough to keep them motivated for a year or so till we replace them. Around 6 months later, one of the new hires wished to see me and talk about something personal. So I meet him and he says this to me. "Morning, Mr. X. I wanted to talk to you about my future in your company. I want to know if there is space for me to grow here. Because if there is, I plan on working hard. And I want my hard work to show results, or I might as well join another company. You have already seen my progress these past 6 months, and I know I'm doing better than everyone else. If there is room for me to grow, I'll work my ass off and prove it to you. What do you say?" This was by far the most boldest employee I've ever seen. So I explained to him the process, what he has to do and how he can make it to the top. That was 6 years ago. Now that kid is a director in charge of multiple departments making a fortune. So, you ask how you want to climb? Skill and dedication. That kid was not quiet about his ambitions. He set out to do something and he did it in style. Be like him.
The next answer is from Anonymous.
I work for a big multinational company, upper management, so I have to go anonymous. My best advice to you: change jobs often, taking a higher position each time you do. During each job position, get as much experience as you can and move on. By doing so, you will achieve in a relatively short time what it would take during your entire professional career in one company, if at all. Be Generation Y and go for it. Have a clear goal where you want to be and by when. In each position, be positive, dynamic, cooperative, always available, never critical unless when a critical opinion is required. Be reliable and trustworthy. All this will attract the attention of upper and senior management. They hate trouble and deviance, and they will give you access to spheres you need to be in order to progress. Then move on with an updated and upgraded CV. The days of company loyalty are gone. No one does anyone a favor. The company provides, you deliver. What counts is your CV and how dynamic you are. In big companies like multinationals, there are 3 layers of staff: a lower layer, an upper, and an in-between or buffer layer. I am not talking salaries, these may overlap, but responsibilities and career opportunities. The lower layer is where things happen. The nitty-gritty. These are the people that deliver what the strategy dictates. This is where the stress is. Where people have to do with corporate bureaucracy and mismanagement. Get out of there as fast as you can. The upper layer, top management, is where you want to be. They are detached from the lower layer. They design and oversee the strategy. They don't want trouble. We didn't know someone put that software in our cars. They are a tightly knit group. Very loyal to each other. When you are there, you got it made. This is where the big salaries are, the fringe benefits and the power. Important is the middle layer or buffer. That's where you want to be as fast as possible. Here are people that one day might go up the pool from where upper management is chosen. They are considered the talents, the stars. But they have to prove themselves in terms of behavior as I describe above. They are managers of those in the lower layer. They give direction, absorb issues, and filter the information that goes to and comes from the upper layer. They know, if I behave well, I can make it up there. Change jobs often and you make it to the middle layer fast. Once there, consider changing jobs again if moving up takes too long.
We can continue with Ben Wright's answer.
Big companies usually take one of 2 routes to hire globally. Companies that know they're going to stay in a market for a long time, and plan to hire at least 15 employees in that market, typically set up an entity. Having an entity allows them to legally hire and pay employees in that country. But entity establishment is costly, time-consuming, and not the ideal choice for every employer. Companies that want to hire in or enter new markets quickly and compliantly without entity establishment can partner with a global employer of record, EOR. Companies tend to have smaller talent pools, usually under 15 team members, in countries where they partner with a global EOR. In this situation, the global EOR partner becomes the legal employer of the company's talent, handling everything from compliant onboarding to benefits and payroll. They take care of the back-end details while the company maintains direct control over the day-to-day activities of its talent. The global EOR model means international hiring is no longer just an option for larger companies. If you're a startup or mid-sized business looking to bring in worldwide talent, consider simply finding the right global EOR partner to scale your business.
The next answer is from Asim Qureshi.
Early on in my career at Morgan Stanley, a senior guy from the US, Arvind Bajai, or RV, moved from New York to join the fast-growing ABS team in London. Here's a picture I've found of him on the web. He's the guy on the left. In fact, he recently rejoined Morgan Stanley, where his group originates commercial real estate loans. Anyway, when RV moved to London, he happened to get a desk right next to me. I wasn't reporting to him, but over time he became an absolutely fantastic mentor and a good friend. A few years after moving to London, RV moved to Credit Suisse. A year later, I got a call from a headhunter. Credit Suisse wanted to hire me. Weeks later, I had a job offer with a guaranteed bonus offering me the biggest pay rise of my career, a 60% increase, and a big jump in responsibility. It was a tough decision because Morgan Stanley was, and still is, one heck of an investment bank, but Credit Suisse's ABS team had ambitious plans and the increased responsibility was a great opportunity. Eventually, I accepted. RV's strong recommendation was almost certainly the main driver for me getting an offer. I.e., impressing the guy that sat next to me, that I wasn't reporting to, landed me a great opportunity and the biggest pay rise of my career. My takeaway is this: to climb the corporate ladder, impress everyone around you and build as many lifelong relationships as you can. From those that report to you, to those that you report to other colleagues, to clients. Everyone's watching you, people talk, word gets out, you don't know who will be doing what later down the road. And that's how you climb the corporate ladder fast, by impressing everyone around you, by building a reputation.
This is the end of the video. Thank you for staying until the end. You can now subscribe if you like the video more. Remember to also leave a like, it helps for the referencing on YouTube. The video is over. You can continue discussing this question in the comments or find another question that interests you. See you next time.